Hello, everybody. Yeah, I don't think there's anybody new. So we all know that. Or else if there's anybody new watching the video on YouTube, then there's some introductory YouTube videos as well you can watch. All right, everybody. Sitting up nice and tall. Plant your feet firm on the ground. Make sure everything's comfortable. You can put your fist between your knees, so your knees are about a fist distance apart, same with your feet and ankles. You're sitting forward from the back of your chair, so you're not slouched back, you're actually sitting straight up. You can move yourself forward so you're right on top of your sit bones. Good, and we'll start with just a few gentle shoulder rolls. So you're gonna roll the shoulders up towards your ears, squeeze the shoulder blades together and slide them down your back. Now, you can have your eyes open, closed, or at half mast, as I call it. So just soft eyes, like staring down the point of your nose, thinking about length through the back and the front of the neck, trying not to push your head forward of your shoulders. A couple of more shoulder rolls. Good, we'll make this the last one. Good, and relax. Good. Now you're going to look over your right shoulder on your mirror. So you're looking over. And if you get stuck somewhere, see if squeezing your shoulder blades together, opening the collarbones helps you feel a bit more comfortable with your head turning. Good. And then gently bring your head back to center, facing front, and then over the other shoulder. Good. Squeeze the shoulder blades together gently. And bring your head back facing front. Good. Just nice and slow. Always pause in the middle there before going to the other side, just so you don't get dizzy. Turn your head over your right shoulder. Good. Make sure your shoulders are dropped down, collarbones open, and head faces front. Good. And over the right shoulder. Sorry, the left shoulder. Good. And face front. Good. One more each side, looking over the right shoulder. Nice long exhale. And face front. Good. And then over the other shoulder. And face front. Perfect. Now we're going to drop our right ear to our right shoulder. So the shoulders stay totally level. They're not coming up towards you or slouching forward, and your head's just tilting directly to the side. That's right. So you're not looking into your armpit or looking to the ceiling. You're keeping your face straight to the front. And you'll feel a gentle pull on the opposite side. And then do a few shoulder rolls. That left shoulder. Good. And stop. And then lift your head back up over your shoulders. So almost like your head is like a balloon lifting up and over, and then the other side. So you're dropping your ear to your other shoulder. Good. Breathing into those upper neck muscles and a few shoulder rolls with your right shoulder. Good. And then head back up. That's it. And then we're going to nod the chin. So you keep facing me. You're just going to drop the head down and forward if that feels okay to you. Some of us that doesn't feel so great. So if your head doesn't like dropping forward, then just keep your head upright and just do a small lift. Good. And then you're kind of coming up open. And I want your eyes to gaze to the ceiling. And you're leaning back, but almost like your upper back and your head are going back together. So the distance between your skull and your shoulders, you're not scrunching like that, right? You keep the length. So it's just more of like a lift, like somebody's got a string, right? Your collarbone lifting up. You look up with your eyes, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Yeah. And then you can drop forward where your breastbone goes back. You still keep the distance between your chin and your chest. Round forward. And then gently sitting all the way up. Squeeze, look up, open the front of the throat, top of the chest. Good, looking up and then down. Good. And this can just be tiny, tiny movement, or you can go as big as I'm going. Good. If you're just doing it tiny, you can just look up with your eyes. If somebody's looking at you, they would know you're doing it, and look down a little bit with the chin, like I am now. So you can just look up, take a breath, and then down. Don't overdo it. Good. And then head resting back in the middle. A few shoulder rolls. That's it. Good. All right. Feet planted. Now we'll take the arms up and over the head. So you're breathing in, letting the air fill the lungs, barrel of the rib cage, up through the spine, shrug those shoulders. Good. Palms down if you like, shoulders drop down the back, those wings squeeze together, and the arms float all the way down each side of the body. And again, breathing in to go up, inhaling. Up through the shoulders. That's it. Good. Turning the arms around, shoulders down, open out. Back down. That's it. Two more. Inhaling up. Big breath in. Shoulders up towards the ears. Shoulders drop down. Turn the palms down. Good. And then floating all the way down by yourself. Last one. Inhaling up. And shoulders, that's it. Perfect. Palms up like you're holding a tray. You're serving something forward. Okay, from here, again, you're opening from the back of the shoulders. So we're opening out. That's it. Good. And coming back in. That's it. And then opening from behind the shoulder blades. Keep the chin tucked in. Like that. And again. And four more. And two. And three. And last one. Good. And relax down. And a few shoulder rolls. There you go. Perfect. And a few twists. So now we're going to twist one side. Let's go to the right first. So one hand slides down to front. Inside of the knee, pull back through the hip on the other side. And then the other side. So one side to the other. Looking over your shoulder. Pulling your breastbone back into the spine. And just breathing at your own pace. And have your gaze follow the direction you're twisting. And see if you can look behind you. The wall behind you. That's it. Good. Keeping the spine nice and lengthened. Good. One more each side. Good. And perfect. All right, knees and feet together. I'm going to go up onto the ball of our feet. Tight sit belt on. That's it. Draw your sit bones in. Shoulders down. That's it. Good. And then drop the heels down. So feel like you're lifting on your sit bones. Core on, and then lift up your heels. Good. And then back down. Good. And heels up. Good. And back down. And heels up. And back down. And up. Good. Now lift the heels up. Arms tent out from the armpits. Good. And lift the right leg up. Good. And then back down. You don't have to try to keep your heels up. You can do it flat like we normally do, or you can try to keep your heels up as you lift one leg. Good. And lift the other leg. So you're keeping lengthened through the crown of the head, through the front and the back of the spine. Back up. And then the other one. Like you're on your tippy toes. That's it. Two more each side, or right side. Left side. That's it. Good. Good. And feet down. All right. Opposite arm to leg. So we're lifting our right leg, left arm, lift up, sit up nice and tall. Make sure that your shoulders and ribcage are over your hips, and you're opening opposite arm to leg. Everything else stays still, back to center. So we're going to do that 3 times one side. Good. If I have my hand here, that just helps me stay centered. One more time. Good, and down, and then the other side. So I cross my arm over, connect through that core, opposite arm to leg, open from center, and then back in. 2 and 3. 1 more is 4. That's it, and then we'll alternate, one on each side. So up, open, in, and down, and the other one, lift, tight seat belts on, and back in, and up, open, in, and back down, lift, lengthen, keep still. Yeah. Good. One more each side. And last one. Good, and relax. Now we're going to take our legs out into the V position, second position if you like. Wrap the thighs around, anchor through the feet, okay? Push those legs out, good, and really anchor through your sit bones. Core is on, all right? Now we're going to lean over onto the right knee, and we're going to take the arm up and over, opening the chest towards the ceiling. Good. If shoulder or neck doesn't like your arm over your head, that's fine. You can keep your arm on your waist if you like, or cross it over, cross here, whatever works best for you. And then come back up, center, and then the other side. So you're leaning to the side, keep the length on both sides of the waist, arm up and over, opening the chest, lengthen through the spine, front and back. One more each side, leaning, lengthen both sides, reach. Opening the hips. Good, and up, lengthen. Elbow on the other knee, other arm up and over. Walk your feet back together. Now we're going to do the leg extension, right? You can use your hands to support the back of your leg in the way, or you can do it without. But again, when you're doing it, make sure your spine stays straight. So don't slump back when you're doing it. So if you need to hold on to your leg and you can only go to there, that's okay. Or if you go out, you can straighten, lift, try to let go for a minute and back down. All together. So sitting up nice and strong. Good, right leg first. So we're lifting the leg up, extend it out, bend, and back down. The other one up, hold on if you need to, lengthen, and back down. And again, other side, you lift your arms up and over your head as well. That's also an option. And lift, kick out, down, and back down. Lift. But most important thing is your back is straight, right? So if the arms go above the head and you're slouching, yeah, just hold on to your leg instead. Extend out and bend and back in. Yeah, and lengthen, lift the chest and down. Good. And back down. Lift your belly in. And again. Good. And the last one. Good. Great. All right. So we're going to grab onto our towel. Some inner thigh squeezes before we do our squats. You're holding on to the towel Good, sitting up nice and tall, seat belts on, feet are planted. We squeeze the towel, 2, 3, 4, draw the sit bones in as well. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then slowly release the muscles out. And your thigh muscles are rotating inwards. So you're rotating in, drop the sit bones, seat belts on nice and strong. Good, and towel out. Good, and squeeze, draw the sit bones in, core on. Good, and release. Good, and again, squeeze the thighs together, draw the sit bones in, lift the tummy up. Good, relax and release. 3 more, squeeze, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, and last 2, squeeze, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, last one, squeeze, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Good, all right. Now, some of us, the way that our legs are shaped, it doesn't work to have a towel there to squeeze it. Some of us do. So whatever it works best for you to do the squats with or without. Remember, your spine is straight. So when you're going up, all the way up, squeeze hips forward. Hands in a prayer position in the middle of your chest, okay, if you like, or they can be up over your head or on your hips, whatever works for you. Okay, but your hips go back, touches the chair, and then up and down, right? Good. Or halfway down. If your knees aren't happy going all the way down, or you find yourself rocking, just do little ones and hips forward. Push the floor away, spread those toes apart, lift up through those arches. Breathing nice and smooth. Good, 5 more. Watch you're not bobbing your chest and head up and down. All right, hips are going back, the chest is staying up. 5 more. 2. And 1. Good, all the way up. Perfect. All right, bring your towel around to the back of your chair. Do a calf stretch to start. And then we'll use the towel as an unstable surface to do calf raises if you want. So you're putting one foot near the end of the towel and your other foot beside. Okay, and you're pushing your hips forward, feeling a stretch through the back of the calf. Arms up, open the chest. Good, hips back, arms down. Belt the arms, the hands are on the hips. That's it, hips back. And reach forward. Reach. Left. Good, and then the foot to the other edge. Foot on the edge. Other foot beside, heel down. That hip forward, arms up. Good. Hips down. Hips forward, arms up. Good, and down. Okay, so now we go on to our calf raises, up on our toes. You can do that on the mat. If you want more of a challenge, You can stay on the towel, you can make it a little bit flatter. It just makes for a little bit more of an unstable surface, so it's a little bit more challenging. It's really up to you which you want to do. So I've flattened my towel out a little bit, okay? So I've got the ball of my feet on that, pulling up the muscles in the front of my thighs, inner thighs, outer and back. Okay, Goron. I'm using the back of my chair as, oh, sorry, everyone can just face the camera. You don't have to face sideways, because then you're turning your head towards me. I'm only facing sideways so you can see me. So it's better for your neck if you are facing this way. Okay, so if I'm facing sideways, you can still face me. That's just so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so toes there, draw up, okay, and then we're lifting all the way up into the ball of the feet and back down. So if you don't want to use the back of the chair, if you want to challenge your balance a bit more, you can, but it's always there for you. 3 of 10, 4, 5. Try to pause at the top. 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now we're going to go for a little bit more of a challenge. Now, keep going with the doubles if that's where you're at. Or if you want this challenge, you can try to go up on both, try to take one foot off, and then we're going to do 5 on one leg. 2. You can just have your toe down at the back for a little bit of help of your opposite foot, but not too much help. Good, and last one, and then we'll swap sides. Up on the ball of the foot of the other foot, put your toe down for a little bit of help, support, but no, not really any weight on it. It's more just balance. Or you can take that toe off the ground. You can use your hands on the back of the chair a little bit as well. Just gives you a little bit of help. Good. Woo. And last one. Foot down and relax. But just walk it out. I'll just put that towel to the side. Okay. All right, so from here, back of my chair, I'm a little bit back, okay? I'm leaning from the hip, so my back is nice and straight. I've got my seat belt on here, okay? I'm using the back of the chair for balance. My elbows are bent, chest open. I'm taking one leg back, okay, but my hips face the back of the chair. Good, nice and strong in my standing legs. So thigh is firm, bum is firm, back of the leg is firm. And then I lift that back leg up just a couple of centimeters and then down. And 2 for 10. And 3. And 4. Bend the standing leg if you need to, but if you don't need to, it's better. 8, belly in, 9. Last one is 10. Bring that leg back in and just walk it out gently. Okay, and again, folding at the hip, seat belt on, hands on the back of the chair, reach the other leg up, pelvis to the front, firm standing leg, and lifting that leg. So you want to feel all the work in your butt, and then your standing leg, no strain or tension in the back. Elbows are slightly bent, so the shoulders are down, chest open, head lifted, all the way up to 10. Good, and last one, and bringing it back. Yeah, so you're facing the back of your chair and you're going to take your leg to the side. I'm going to face sideways with the chair to my side, but you don't have to do that. You can just have the chair in front of you to take your leg to the side. I'm just changing position again so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so nice and strong. You're pulling your inner thighs together. Make sure they're firm, outer legs. And then I'm going to take the weight onto the leg closest to the chair. Lean my hip into the chair, okay? So there's that position, but where we want is over the leg. So you've really got to feel strong underneath you. And then from there, a little lean, but not much, and a bit of a lift. 3, 4, 5, good. 6, shoulders down. 7, hold on with the back of the chair with both hands. 8, good. That 9 and 10, and bring that leg in. And then the other side, so just hold on the back of your chair. You can have your chair in front of you. Okay, so the same thing as we did the other time. Then drop your hip away from the straight leg because you're going to be standing behind your chair. And then bring your body over your leg. Lengthen and then lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Back down. Good. We're going to do a new one today as well. Just going to bring this back here. So hips forward. You've got to lift up here, lift up here. Okay, make sure the back is supported through the abdominals working. Like the knees have a pull through them. Okay, so when you kick your bum, your thighs stay in line. Okay, I say that because it's not that. It's not forward. You're not doing that. You don't want your knee to come forward of your body. You want your thighs to be together and squeeze your bum. So it's almost like you've got gum or something, or you're a horse and you're trying to keep your butt. Okay, so sometimes I have my feet right together and my thighs together, but you can have them slightly apart, whatever feels best for you, but really make sure your hips are pushing forward. Okay, and up, looking up, and then 1, and then toe touches, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, lift from the front, 7, 8, 9, 10, and bring it down. And just walk it out for a minute, loosen the hips and knees. Good, and then the other side, picking back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and bring it back down and walking it out. Now we're going to walk out into a flat back. Okay, hands can be straight on the back of the chair as we walk out. If your arms and shoulders, elbows don't like having straight arms, you can have your forearms on the back of your chair. Okay, and walk back with your hips down. Or if you have a lot more flexibility, hands on the back of the seat of the chair or down even lower. Okay, so we're here. Our feet are a nice hip distance apart. Knees are bent, stretch out through your sit bones. Neck is nice and loose. Shoulders are open. Shoulders are away from the ears, and you're just letting your chest sink down in between your arms. Nice and comfortable. Once you get here, try to straighten one leg and bend the other leg and pull the hip back. So if you've got your right leg straight, pull the right hip back. And then alternate, bend the right knee and pull, straighten the left leg and pull the left hip back. And push forward with the left arm and waist. And the other side. So we're just stretching out side to side. Just in your own time, whatever feels good to you. One more. And back to center. Good. And slowly walk your feet in. And as you do that, round your back up like an angry cat. So now we're rounding the back forward. Good. Round back. Then from here, we're going to bend the knees, bend the arms, bum out and chest forward, looking up. Right? It's a bit more like a cat-cow that you do in yoga. And now you're rounding up. Arms and legs straighten, but don't lock. And then we go down into a flat back again, stretching your hips back, chest up and forward. Keeping the length through the back of the neck, keep the head off the back of the shoulders, and rounding up. Good, and stretch hips back. Good, elbows bend, good, round up. Walking forward towards the back of your chair again. Good. We'll do a bit of a lunge. So your feet are on train tracks, okay? So you're taking one foot back. Okay, make sure they're not in line with each other. You want a nice stable. Remember, you can continue, you can, depending on I'm facing sideways so you can see me, remember that. So you can face forward, but if I do this, you can't see what I'm doing. So that's why I do that. So depending on your space, but if you're like this, you've got to look at me with your head turned, so that's not ideal. One heel back, other forward, you're lunging. Good, and you want to tuck the tail under. Squeeze the butt of the leg that's behind, right? A little stretch into the back of that calf, possibly in the front of the thigh as well. Good, hips square to the back of the chair. Good, if you want a bit of a balance challenge, you can take your arms up in line with your ears, open the chest. Good. And then hands back down, bring your back foot forward, and then take your front leg back. Good. For a back that's comfortable for you, you need to bend through the front hip, so the knee also bends in the front, but you always want to make sure your knee stays behind the heel. Okay, hips square. Squeeze the butt of the leg that's at the back, tuck the tail under, take your arms up if you like, or keep them on the back of the chair, up to you. Or on the hips, if it's just over the head you don't like, but you want to have a bit of a balance challenge. So your shoulders over your ribs, over your hips, chin tucked in, long through the crown of the head. And then coming back together. Holding on to the back of the chair, you're into that second position again. Okay. So you want the thighs to wrap around, okay? Knees pushing back towards your little toe. Good. You can have your hands on the back of the chair, forearms, whatever works for you. Or you don't need them at all, that's fine too. So you're going down, but you really want to, little ones work just as good as big ones. You want to feel like your feet are pulling together so the inner thighs are active. It's a real active movement. So you want to feel like you're pushing down with the feet, pulling in with the heels, and then push the floor away. Okay, make it a smaller V if your knees are cupping it or your balance doesn't like it, whatever. Yeah, just make it smaller movement, either legs together or not so deep with the spine. That's it. That's it. Try not to bend your body forward. Keep it straight. So even if you do tiny little ones, I really want to see your body stay nice and straight. So from the side, it looks like this one. Spine is totally straight. Yeah. If I'm not bending forward to go down, I'm not a drooping flower. You keep lifted. Up, 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 up. And push it away. And down. And one more. Okay. Go to a range of motion or a position that you can hold for a minute. Okay. It can just be a tiny, it doesn't have to be really deep. It can just be here, just off lock. Or it can be straight and feel like you're pulling your legs together and you feel your inner thighs fire up. So whatever works for you. And we're going to hold it here. We're going to take our arms out to the side if you can, or hold on to the back of the chair. Good. We're going to take the arms over the head, palms together, and then all the way back down. And up. Good. And back down. And up. And down. One more. Your thighs might start to burn. Come out of it whenever you need to. And up. And back down. Good. And push the floor away, straighten. Walk your feet back in. Good. Stretch. Again, back of the chair. Going to lift up and do a side bend over. I'm going to have here just so you can see. So I'm bending my elbow. If I do it to the side, if I have my chair on the side, my elbow is bent, or in the front. Don't let your shoulder go up with you. This nice side bend and back up. Good. And other side. And you can do this with or without a chair. Up to you. Big long length. And up. And other side over. Good. Arms out. Now we're going to twist to one side. So your arms are straight out. Okay, they're staying in the same position. To start with, our pelvis is staying locked to the front as well as our feet. So we're only going as far as our rib cage can twist around the pelvis. Okay, and the arm stays completely along with our other hand and face front. And then the other side, the chest starts to move, look over your shoulder, pelvis and ankles and knees and hips face front. Good, one more. Hands can be here too if the arms don't like to be out to the side or across at the shoulder, in front. Over. Good, and now we're going to let our knees, hips, and ankles go. So then you can twist a bit further if you just want to. Not too fast, but you're not really rigid either. You're just sort of letting your body go with you. Right and left. You need to let your arms wrap around you. They spin. Just watch your balance. That's it. And then face front again. Take both hands in the middle of your chest on your forehead. Okay, and look straight ahead with your eyes. Okay. That's just a way to get your center back in case you get a bit dizzy doing those spinning. That's it. Back down. Good. Have a seat on your chair facing me. Sit. And again, you're sitting in the front of your chair. Okay. All hands out in front of you. Breathe in and pull the tummy into the low back. And then back up. Good. And breathe out. Pull it in and inhale. And exhale, cross the arms if you like, or arms out in front of you, whatever feels best for you. Or more of a challenge can be arms up over the head and straight in front as you come up. Good. 5 more. Good. Elbows rest on the knees. Either keep looking straight up in front of you or drop your head down. Good. And just twist the hips a little bit just to loosen that back. Sitting up again. Cross the arms. Give yourself a little hug. Cross the arms here. Okay. We're going to twist while we're straight up, sitting straight up, rotate, and then lean back with a straight spine. Feel the core go on. That's it. And then you come back and face straight ahead. And then twist the other way, keeping your spine straight. Lean back on your sit bones. Come back up and face front. And then twist other side. And then lean. Come back up and face front. And twist. Lean. Come back up. Face front and twist. Core on and lean. Up and face front and twist. Lean the core up and back up. Good. And again. One more each side. Good. And last one. Good. Arms out. And we're going to go back for 100. So far back as you like. Go back. Core on. Good. And then you're pumping the arms. So you're inhaling, looking straight ahead. And inhale. And exhale. Arms are nice and stiff. Neck is nice and loose. Breathing in just a nice, natural, even pattern. And inhale. And breathing out. And again. And breathing out. Last time. And exhale. Good. Hold, breathe in. Good. And all the way up. Forward, drop your head down. Hips the low back. Good, coming all the way up to sitting. Sitting down, putting your right ankle on your left knee. Good. Holding on, sitting up nice and tall. Good. Bending forward from your hips, either resting your forearms on your shin or holding onto your ankle or your knee or good. And then the other side, ankle on knee. Leaning forward. Good, coming all the way up. Good. Thank you, everyone.